All righty. Well, first I would like to say thanks for tuning in to the Hood Talks podcast. This is our special segment, the Hood Needs segment, where we get to know organizations and businesses that are beneficial to the community. And I am super excited because I'm a super fan of this here organization and I just love everything that they do. So, hello, Quinton. How are you?
I'm doing well, Savannah. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Uh, Thank you for gracing the platform again.
Hey,
Again.
anything I can do to support my fellow NLF member, that is, that I'm happy to do it.
Well, I appreciate it, and I'm super excited because you are a big part of the community, and you are the head boss in this great organization. So I'm so happy that you're here to talk about it. Let's kind of first get into it by giving the people a little brief bio of who you are and your role in the organization. And who,
Sure.
we can make it all. What the organization is, should I say?
Right. So my name is Quinton Ward, born and raised here in St. Louis. I live in Spanish Lake up in North St. Louis County. Just kind of getting right to it, like the St. Louis Metro Market is a nonprofit. A long story short, it's a Metro bus turned into a farmer's market on wheels. And we go to different neighborhoods with limited food access and sell groceries at a reduced cost to really begin to address and tackle the barriers with the community around affordability, accessibility, and nutrition education. So, a lot of where you see us right now is on in the North St. Louis County area and the North St. Louis City, but we do service the broader St. Louis City area as well too.
Yes. And if I'm not mistaken, your season is starting, it's going to start really, really soon, right?
Yes, it is. This week of the season, the bus will be back out May 5th. Our first stop on Cinco de Mayo is going to be the Lewis and Clark Library from 2 to 4 p.m. So that's a stop that we've been going to for the past few years now, and really built those relationships with the community members. So super excited, to be back out in the community because, the pandemic, like for everyone here, and everyone listening, it has shifted the way we operated, but to be able to bring the bus back, to hear that community feedback, we're really excited. So
Yes, that was like one of my favorite stops to get to, the Lewis and Clark Library. So I'm super excited that you guys are coming back and season is starting. Tell us, what does the bus offer? What kind of fruits and vegetables do you guys have?
For sure. We have a large variety of different things. So yes, we do carry a lot of produce. We try to make sure that we source that produce locally and regionally as well too. But I mean, some of the things you'll see on there, you'll see, your greens, your turnips, your kale, your collards, your mustards, all those good things. Our seniors be cleaning us up on those real quick.
Yeah.
But you're going to see all the culture, what you're going to see on there is a lot of culturally relevant items, from my background, but also Tiffany Taylor, who's our market operator. She drives the bus and really is, setting the tone and the culture for what's happening there, as well as Nancy Rucker, somebody else who's very foundational to the organization, and does the inventory and gets the products that we need. And so those two ladies being, one being Black mothers, one being, being Black women, and also being people who've worked in the communities that we're serving and have the built relationships with the community members and shoppers that are coming onto the bus, are really able to curate and identify the right items that we need. We have all of our different produce items. We have different shelf stable items, Missouri honey, coconut oil, a lot of different things as well too. But then we also have, some of the things that are like refrigerator and freezer uses. So like frozen meat. We have oxtail, we have turkey legs and things like that. We have eggs. So we really try to keep as much of the core staple items that people are shopping for, and understanding that obviously we only have so much capacity, but really try to be mindful of what is the community asking for? Can we, is it something that we can be able to provide sustainably, and also being able to sell at a really, at a reduced cost?
Yes, man, and that is important. It being at a reduced cost, because we know that sometimes fruits and vegetables in our neighborhood aren't great quality, and they definitely
Right.
aren't cheap.
Right.
So you guys are really killing the game, and I just love it. Especially in like the areas that you serve. You know, we talk about food equity, and we talk about the limited access to fresh fruits and vegetables. So this is a way that you're providing a solution for people to get those things. And am I not mistaken? You guys take EBT. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yes. So we take cash, credit, debit, and EBT. And so, that's also a super great program to be able to have and to be able to provide. And just being able to have the varieties that the community needs, just understanding that, that yes, we are, when you're talking about neighborhoods with limited food access, you're talking about, historically underinvested communities. And so sometimes people need those extra resources to be able to sustain a quality of life. And so we try to make sure that we recognize that and be able to provide the different services around that. So that is definitely another option that we have as well too.
Yes, y'all. Y'all hear this? I don't know if you ain't heard about the St. Louis Metro Market, you is missing out. But here you go. You hearing about it today. So please, y'all go out and support. I mean, we always ask how an organization is beneficial to the community, but I mean, you're really hitting on all of that. Just bringing
Right.
healthy options to the community, especially those that don't have it. So that is a benefit, a big
Definitely.
benefit.
And I think it's also too is like, what I try to remind people is that, the Metro Market isn't just a mobile, a farmer's market on wheels. It's true community building. Having this past year where the bus really hasn't been, very limited, and we had to suspend those operations due to COVID. We've missed out on a year's worth of relationship building, true genuine relationship building with individuals, because every neighborhood we go to, we can't treat it as a blanket. Like, so St. Louis is St. Louis. No, there's Ferguson, there's Normandy, there's Wells Goodfellow neighborhood. There's all these different neighborhoods, and we have to respect that. And so I think, we've missed those relationships, and it's just like what we're hoping is that once the bus gets back out there, people get back in rhythm to coming to the locations that they're used to going to. And we can really begin to say like, hey, we haven't seen you in a year, or how have you been, and things like that, being able to do those touch bases. So I miss those times when, our seniors come on the bus and they tell us about how their week has been going. And it's like, so basically in this 2020, because my phone is the business line, I've had seniors call me and say, when is the bus coming back? Because that was my access to fresh produce at a reduced cost in my neighborhood. And so, we really made an effort of like, we have to bring this bus back. We've learned a lot about the pandemic. How can we make it safe? How can we make it something that's still a fun experience? And for people to really be able to have access to the things that they need to be successful, not just in that moment, of buying groceries, but, understanding that, food is that foundational piece, especially if you're trying to, for your well-being and health, long past that one experience. So that's something I think that's really transformational, is thinking of it not just as that experience of being on the mobile market, but how that food and those things impact lives much farther than you can even understand.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And I think you touched on one thing that I did want to kind of get on real quick was like, what are you guys doing now with the pandemic to make it safe? Especially like you're saying that you're serving the older, you're not just serving the older generation, but they are a big part of the bus. So what are you guys doing to keep people safe?
Yeah, and I'm glad you asked that. And so, just the one thing to touch on too is that, our demographics are interesting. We do have a large percentage of seniors, but also just that understanding, a large percentage of it are mothers, in particular Black mothers that are supporting the metro market. So it's, for me, I'm always in awe of that, the fact that the metro market is being operated by Black women and also predominantly serving Black women. And so those two support systems and what that looks like. But to kind of get back to what your question was, so what we're doing, because generally sometimes in 2019, before the pandemic, the bus would be packed with shoppers. So what we're doing right now is, obviously having everybody wear a mask to enter the bus, limiting the amount of shoppers at a time, making sure that they're being socially distanced. And also really, we just actually added up some new plexiglass shield, for staff and community members, keeping both parties safe, but also making sure that we're sanitizing and, keeping clean, especially those high touch point areas, particularly when you're walking in and those rails coming in and off the bus, the cashier areas and things like that. And just really trying to make sure that, before, during, and after, we're keeping as clean of a space as possible so that we can be able to get out in the community and do the work that we're ready to do.
Yes, so that means you guys be patient when you're out here visiting the metro market. Be patient and know that we want to make sure that people are they want to make sure that people are safe and healthy while they're getting their needs met. So man, you don't know how excited I am about the metro market being here.
You don't know how excited I am. These past 2 weeks have been, I've been stretched thin, but it's just knowing that at the end of this, there's going to be, individuals that are being impacted by the work that the metro market is doing. So if I got to, push a little bit harder to make sure everything's set up and in place, that's what we have to do. The team is excited. We're all ready to get back out there. And so Wednesday, that day will come. And so, yeah, really looking forward to it. And it's just, just being able to serve during this pandemic, I think is, something that we don't take for granted. And so making sure that we're making, the best experience possible, and being in the right places for community members is definitely something that we're striving to do.
Yes. I've always been a fan of, since I first heard about it. And that was even before you took on the position. So now I'm really a fan, like,
right. Proud mom, like a proud auntie or something.
Yes. So yes. What are you most proud about your organization? What it has done?
I mean, this is my second year, so I definitely had to learn a lot. But I think the biggest thing that I'm proud of is just how the team, because especially the core team, myself, Nancy Rucker, and Tiffany Taylor, how we've been able to really lean on each other and be able to support each other during this pandemic, because it was not easy. It was stressful at times. We had to figure things out on the fly. But those two ladies really held me down in a year that I was trying to learn everything. And so I always try to make sure that I'm, no matter what platform I'm on, I shout them out, thank them for the work that they're doing, because
teamwork, dream work. Yes.
Because without them, I don't know if I would have got through that first year. And that's just being totally honest. And it's like I got moms away from my mom, and so they they look after me, they support me, they get on my head if I didn't do something I was supposed to do.
I think we all get on your head, Quinton.
Yeah, right, y'all do. But I need it.
But it's love. It's all love.
I know, and that's what it is. And so I'm super, super thankful for them. So if there was something I'm most proud of, is the teamwork, the communication, and just really being able to set the groundwork for what's to come.
And I love it, because that's what we have to do. We have to support each other, and rally around each other, because this is impacting the community, and it takes a lot of work, community work alone. So I could just imagine a not-for-profit organization that's doing a lot of work like you all are doing, and how much that can be a lot. It could be a lot.
Small but mighty. That's the way we see it.
Small but mighty. Yes, it is. Get it done. How can, because we know your team supporting you, which we love. We know the community, the people that are utilizing the bus are supporting you. But how can others who see this and think like, oh wow, this is great, how can they support you?
For sure. I mean, I would say, the first thing I would say is coming to shop on the bus. I would say that's the one key way that you can come out and support, because though we're in neighborhoods with limited food access, it's not just a thing with people that may have, that may not, just have fewer resources. It's something that's meant for everybody, because the metro market works better when everybody is coming and supporting that work and building that community. And so just letting people know that it's for everybody. Come shop on the bus, come buy everything you need, because it's in the same way, it's also supporting a local grocery store, a local nonprofit. I think, the second thing would be, if you go to our STL metromarket.com, donations are always, open, and we're always thankful for those. But I think, there's volunteer opportunities as well too, whether it being on the bus or helping pack bags for our produce delivery program. But I would just say it's just, come and be a part of the community, whether it's, resharing the posts, letting somebody else know about the service, like just the word of mouth and building out those relationships, I think is the most important part of what we do, because, we could have groceries and produce and things like that, but if nobody is if nobody's shopping with us, if nobody's putting the word out there once we post things, it doesn't really help. It's just, another tool in a neighborhood that's not being utilized.
That's not being utilized.
So how can we build the awareness? And so I think that would be the biggest thing for me, is like, if anything, if you don't shop with us or not, be a part of the community. Tell a friend to tell a friend, tell your mama's mama, and,
mama.
Right. And, your mama's auntie, whoever you need to tell, whoever needs that produce.
That Metro Market is coming to a neighborhood near you. Yes.
Right.
Real quick, let's go back. You said you guys do deliveries. So how does that work? If you're interested.
Well, so the produce delivery model kind of came out of the pandemic. And so what that was is that without the bus at that time, we decided we moved to a produce delivery to where we packed up bags of produce. Those bags of produce are intended to have enough produce for a family of 3 for about a week. It's about a 20-pound bag, curated by the ladies themselves, Tiffany and Nancy, to have all the right stuff, especially during the right seasons.
Shout out to them.
And we drop those off to particular partners for them to pass out to individuals that are needing a free bag of produce. So we're working on some new programs still. We're just trying to get through, this 2021, get through this pandemic. Hopefully by the end this will be behind us. And then we're trying to look into some new programming to really be able to, up that level of service, up that accessibility, and being able to be in multiple places at once.
Yes. Well, again, like I said, I'm so happy that you guys are launching. You're coming back to the community. I know you guys have a schedule. I know you guys. So let's kind of give the people ways to get in touch with you or your organization to like utilize the service or just to support. I know you shouted out a website, but where can they go to like find your schedule? I know like you have like a text alert. Is that right? Are you guys still doing that this season and things like that?
So we still have the text alert. Ooh, I can't think of that off the top of my head, but it's on the website. So for daily updates and things like that, you can check the website, our social media pages. We're really active on Facebook and Instagram. We're looking to get onto more platforms as well too. Those are going to be the 3 places if you're looking for route schedule updates and things like that, where we're going to put out that information. I would say, so the website, www.stlmetromarket.com. Our Instagram is at STL Metro Market, and then Facebook is also St. Louis Metro Market as well too. So those are some of the key places that you'll see us at. If you want to look us up to see more of the work that we've done, just go on YouTube or go on to Google, type in St. Louis Metro Market. Living in St. Louis did a video on us in June of 2020. And that really just kind of shows you the work that we have done.
Okay, well, shout out to you all again. Thank you for gracing this platform once again to talk about St. Louis Metro Market. Again, I think it's a gem in the community, and I think people just definitely need to know about it, need to know that they definitely need to utilize it, and that it's there. And man, I think that's it. Is there anything else you might want to say to the people while you have the opportunity about the Metro Market?
I mean, not too much about the Metro Market, just super thankful for the communities that and people that have supported it. I just wanted to really give you a shout out on this podcast. I mean, it's been, to see it from its original. I remember when you called me up and said you wanted to do the podcast, and I'm just like, how can I support? And just to be able to see how it's gone on from the, from what it has been now to where you're at. I'm super proud of you.
Thank you. And shout out to Quinton, because Quinton was the one who did our main logo, the first logo ever that's going to sustain and stay around forever, because it came from community. So I appreciate you for that. And all of the support that you have given me in this space and this moment and this time, and for being the director of St. Louis Metro Market, because I love St. Louis Metro Market. So thank you. And you're just doing so much amazing things. So I, again, admire all the hard work that you're putting into the St. Louis Metro Market, and how you know that this is definitely something that's needed in our community. So appreciate you, young brother. I appreciate you.
Thank you. I'm going to continue to do it. And so
yes, keep pushing. And you know, however I can support, I'm here to help, to give you.
We're gonna have to get the podcast out to the bus one day.
Yes, let me do a live session. Look, everybody's telling me to tap into that.
Community members, it'll be good.
Yes, getting their feedback and their reviews, because this is community voices, and listening to them and hearing them. I definitely want to. That's a great idea. Look, come on through, Quinn. Give me some ideas. But you're not the first to say I need to get out here in the community and get live. But I'm with it. I'm definitely with it. But yes, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. Again, I appreciate you for being here and giving us this time and telling us about St. Louis Metro Market. For everyone that's watching, I will, on our Facebook page, post the upcoming week schedule. I will also post the contact information, the pages that he said, the website, and all of that, so you guys can have access to that. I say we talk about what's going on in our communities, how we don't have access to things. Here is one of the solutions. Get on it, utilize it. The more you utilize it, the more money that will be able to come into that St. Louis Metro Market, and we can have multiple St. Louis Metro Market buses speaking into existence.
Oh, you already know we already working on some things.
Yes, we need it. They gonna be coming through some, like the ice cream truck, dropping out fruits and vegetables in front of people's houses. Hey,
definitely.
So, yeah. Let's utilize this resource and make sure that we're getting these healthy fruits and vegetables at a low cost. That's a plug right there. At a low cost. Y'all heard this? EBT, they utilize EBT. Come on, y'all. Let's go utilize these places that are there. They have workers that are like us, and they're serving people like us. So let's get on it. And that is it for this segment, the Hood Needs segment. If you have an organization or a business that is beneficial to the community and needs to be utilized and known about, please hit us up at thehoodtalks@gmail.com. All right, y'all, enjoy y'all night.
All right, peace.